What is up, YouTube? That's here, and today I'm back playing some more Pokemon VGC Reg J Wi-Fi battles. Today we're busting out a team that I actually made right at the start of Reg J, but I'm finally getting around to using it, and it uses ZARUDE. We're using Choice Scarf ZARUDE on the ranked Reg J ladder. Really cool team. We have a bunch of like different AoE Sludge Wave techs with this team. And we also have Petal Blizzard on ZARUDE. Really cool mon. Like Leaf Guard's not that great, but Choice Scarf ZARUDE being able to utilize this 105 base feature to outspeed so many things. Like this thing can Shadow Rider with knock off. We have close combat to do like really good damage against Pokemon that want to go normal Terra to play around our Dango. We have that big stab power whip, and then Petal Blizzard, like I said, it's 90 base, hits everything on the board, even your teammates. So we can pair it with our Sap Sipper, Hisui Goodra. There's so many like older mons that are actually usable in Reg J that people don't use that much. Like Hisui, Sap Sipper, Goodra with a good old fashioned like Shelter, Body Press, Life Dew works great on this team. We're also busting out old classics like, you know, Murkrow with Haze and Goldango. I think Goldango is so good in Reg J. People are like way too like tunneled on like Darkrai, Magearna, Cali Eye, stuff like that. Even Miraidon teams are still really big in Reg J. And like Goldango kind of just comes in if you pair it with the Murkrow and says like, hey, I have a lot of damage and I'm immune to Spore, so I'm going to do that damage and I'm going to be immune to Fake Out and you have to respect my damage. And it's just so good. Like Goldango is busted. We also have on this team a Life Orb Sludge Wave Lando, so we can pair that next to our Goldango. We can pair that next to our Goodra. We can pair that next to our Steel Terra ZARUDE. You're seeing the tech here. Very cool stuff. And last but not least, we have Eternatus here. This is going to be an AV Eternatus. I think it's actually like a really cool team and a really cool mon. We have heavy like special attack investment, and we're just fast enough to outspeed you know, things like Shadow Rider if there was like a +1 or -1 involved. So it's fast enough realistically to outspeed Urshifu Waters, like Adamant Urshi Water. This outspeeds that. Very cool set. I think this is a lot of fun. Before we get into the games today, I just want to remind everyone we are trying to get to 50k subs before Legends Zygarde. If you guys like this sort of content, you want to see more, you're a fan of Reg J, or you like the other Reg H and discussion type content we've been doing recently, think about dropping a sub on the channel. And without further ado, let's get right into these games. Wish me luck. Here we go. Alright, here we go. We have Cali Eye, Magearna, Smeargle. So like Magearna Smeargle I think is one of the best leads in the game. I think it's so much better than all of like those Final Gambit, you know, Annihilate Magearna leads. I really like also that this guy has like the, you know, Volt Absorb Thundy, the Enamorous. Like that's crazy. I feel like this is also a fusion of like the two mons that I always mispronounce the most, like Eternatus and Enamorous. Like those are the two mons people leave the most amount of comments on my channel that I mispronounce the most. This is gonna be a really fun game. I think that Goldango is actually going to be very good here. I think I could probably get away with like Goldango. And I'm trying to think. You have Fake Out. So like I could lead Goldango Murkrow and just double into your Cali and probably get the KO. That's definitely like something I could do. I'm not that worried about Magearna here. Because like I think Magearna could actually get outvalued by like, I think this could actually work. Is this Ghost Terra Lando? Am I a gamer? It's poison. I don't really like that. Do I have Ghost on anything else other than Murkrow? I think it's just Murkrow that has Ghost. So like I could try these two, the Murkrow and the Goldango, because I don't really have that many other ways of like flipping back a TR. I guess I could have just led with Goodra. Actually, I will just do that. No. This is fine. I think we messed this one up, guys. I took too much time complimenting their team composition. But let's see how this works. I don't think that we'll be able to pop the Magearna through like the Smeargle Fake Out, you know, Wide Guard, Follow Me shenanigans. Ooh, that's not the right board though. Nope. It's not. It's not the right board. I'm trying to help you out here, homie. It is not the right board. Cool, you can Fake Out my Murkrow. I will let that happen, because if you Fake Out the Murkrow, you eat the Make It Rain in the face. And we just do this. Let's go for a dual Wing Beat. Yeah, I do not need to pull my Terra here. I think it's probably a good idea just to keep that under wraps, as they say. And then they're gonna come with Magearna, but like I'll just Haze, you know, to get rid of my stat drops and just rip again. They go for like a Water Terra here. Fake Out Murkrow's, like I said, it's absolutely fine. This is going to be a pretty valuable Make It Rain, Make It Pain, know what I'm saying, know what I'm saying? Ooh! There's that Sash. The only value that I could have got by Terraslazing there was the Smeargle would be gone. But then they'd be able to go right into like Cali Eye Magearna, and then they'd just flip on a Terra with the Cali Eye, and like, it'd be bad. You actually want to leave the Smeargle up this turn, in my opinion. And let's see if it's Cali Eye or Magearna. Because I actually still think we have a lot of good lines here. Oh, it's Dragonite. Weird. I think they thought I was going to go with something very different. I think they thought that I'd be going heavy, like, Landorus into their team because they have, like, the Thundy and other stuff like that. They probably thought they'd see Hisui Goodra, and I just didn't give this to them. So we're just going to make it rain again. If you would like to go for a wide guard, I will let you do that. Yep, it's fine. I can take that thing out at my own leisure. Dragonite could go for Dragon Dances, but, like, we do have the Haze for days. So Haze is just to get rid of my stat drop. Didn't need to do anything weird there. Let's see if the Dragonite Dragon answers scale shots. So we can, actually, we still keep the Dango in here, I think. I wonder if they're just going to Stomping Tantrum. That's also an option. I could also see Earthquake, too, because they white guarded, but I doubt. Dragon Dance. Cool. Yeah, so it's going to be dicey up in here. He's probably trying to wait for, like, the right Moody boost. He gets a speed boost, or sorry, speed drop. I'm going to pivot in my Lando here, and I'm just going to dual Wing Beat here. I could Terra my Murkrow to make sure E-Speed doesn't get me. I don't need to do that. If you take that out, like, it's fine. We actually just want to come in with 2 Mons that can pin the Dragonite. Because if I pivot up my Dango and bring it back in, I can just lock in, like, Shadow Ball or something. Or even, like, Trick, or even, like, Focus Blast. You know what I mean? I can do so many different things. And if you blow normal Terra, like, I think I'm fine. There's the Terra. You're probably going after the Murkrow, which, again, I could have alleviated all of this by just going Ghost Terra, like, on the first turn. You would have had the Smeargle dealt with. They would have had a really bad board. They're probably going after the Murkrow here. But I think this is still fine. I wonder if they're actually going after the Murkrow. And they looks like they still might have wide guarded, but it's hard to say. You wouldn't have spored here, because that would have been a gold angle, my friend. You would not have spored here. There's a Tailwind Smeargle. Okay. Yeah, okay. That happened, I guess. Ugh. Dude, it's Focus Blast time. Oh my gosh. Not like this, bro. Oh, this is the funniest thing ever. I can probably just drop a Protect on the Lando just to do it, right? Oof. Oh, this is nuts, bro. Alright, you can follow me, but then it's Focus Blast, right? And you can do a lot of things, but it's Focus Blast. So let's see. Let's see if you drop the wide guard again. So Fake Out, Tailwind, wide guard. It's probably Spore, but it could be Follow Me. Let's see what you got going on over here. Let's see what you're working with. Dude, I'm excited. Protect Lando, go for the bait, you know? Okay. E-Speed, yeah, not gonna let them have that. Not easily, right? Okay, and Spore? No! Stop it, yo. Come on, Goldango. Come on, Focus Blast, let's go. I always hit these, let's go. Big Focus Blast, that's what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, you inner focus. Alright, you were multi-scale. Alright, I just gotta do one more. One more? Is that lefties or policy? Alright, it's lefties. I was gonna be like, boo! Okay. Moody, he's a speed sharply boost. Dude, that's actually really bad. He's only a +1 though, because he had a speed drop from earlier, right? Yeah. Okay. You pivot in this guy to block the Spore. And I wonder what they... I'm just gonna game. I'm gaming. I'm gaming out here. Let's go. Let's go. If you got Follow Me, you got Follow Me, but you can't because you have Spore as the last move. Yeah. Spore. Blocked. Grass type, Lamau. He has Earthquake, so he actually KOs his own Smeargle here. Does not KO our ZARUDE. Doesn't KO the Dango either. Dango, rip it. Rip it, Dango. Come on. Da-da-da-da-da. Dango, come on. Mess him up. Come on, buddy. Hit that Focus Blast. Hit that Focus Blast. Oh, no. Ripperoni and cheese, bro. I'm so sad. All right, that would have been game right there. All right, what's the last mon? It's going to be Magearna or Kali-I, right? Oh my gosh, that's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. What could I possibly do against this board? Lando is bad. This is Steel Terra, so we can actually live through any of those onslaughts. I guess I could just rip a CC, but then, like, Dango will die. This is last turn Tailwind. I could also just rip, like, a knockoff into the... Kali? I don't think that's the right play. I think you close combat the Dragonite. He's going to go E-speed there. Yeah, okay. I see the lines. And I hate them. This is the best play. What you want is for them to click Lance. And so if I CC the Dragonite, right, and it KOs, and you E-speed / do whatever you're going to do, doesn't KO, you're eventually going to KO either my Landorus or my ZARUDE, but I'm going to be able to bring out Dango and just rip a single target, make it rain into your Cali if you're not Trick Rooming. If you're Trick Rooming here, I'm cooked. But I don't think that you are. I think you're just Lancing. There's the E-speed, targeting my ZARUDE. Steel Terra kind of busted. Yep. And then we trade correctly because we have Scarf ZARUDE. So even if that was a fast Cali, it's down. And then now you can click Lance, and it might KO my ZARUDE. It will definitely KO the Lando, but then we just get a rebring out of Goldango. So let's see if they're Trick Rooming. I don't get the Trick Room vibes based off this Tailwind Smeargle team. I'm not feeling it. There's the Lance. Oh, I'm so good at this game, bro. I'm so good. Like, I was able to analyze the situation perfectly. It sucks that ZARUDE goes down, right? It does, because we had the -1 from the close combat. And I feel like we had to do that. Like, I didn't want to miss a Power Whip. I don't think Knockoff would have gotten the KO from there, considering they had Leftovers Dragonite, which was a big tell that it was pretty bulky. And now, Tailwind has expired, and it's Goldango versus Cali-I. And, like, honestly, if Goldango cannot one-shot a Cali-I, I'm so upset. It might be vested, honestly, on that team. It could definitely be vested. But, like, this is our best shot. Rip it. You can't Terra. You just got to eat this single target. Full special attack Dango. 244 plus. Oh, yes. Let's go. Oh, my gosh. We are gaming out here. We are definitely gaming out here. Those are the wins that we like to take, man. Those are the good ones. Goldango out here making waves in Reg J. That's what we like to see. Oh, bro, is this a Reg H team? We are on the Reg J ranked Wi-Fi ladder. Like, we've been in Master Ball all season, and this person's trying to, like, muck me? Nah, dude, you can't mug me. I'm the best. All right, so let's see. We actually want to deal with this. We have Haze. Like, that's game, bro. So I think we're actually just going to let them do whatever they want to do. Bring Murkrow in the back. So that looks to me to be something like maybe Goodra. Like, we could lead Goodra here. I think Goodra's usable. I think Lando's also really cracked. What if I just led, like, Lando Goldango and just rolled this guy into, like, a million pieces? I think Eternatus is a good switch in to get away if they want to lead Pelipper. And then we just... Oh, we're supposed to bring ZARUDE. Forgot about that. Let's go ZARUDE then. So maybe ZARUDE Dango. I vibe with those a lot. ZARUDE Dango here and then there. We don't need Lando. I think Lando would be, like, good, but not, like, required in this matchup. Yeah, just because, like, they do have, like, Pelipper with Wide Guard. They have Gastro, things like that. I think Eternatus is probably just a little bit better. So here we go. We knock with the ZARUDE, one of my absolute favorite mythicals. I think it's very, very underrated on these Scarf sets. You know, this Pokemon can't really do, like, a whole heck of a lot. It has kind of weird base stats. Like, it has 105, 120, which are pretty good for, like, a non-mythical, non-legendary, non-restricted mon. But at the same time, like, I think we have a lot of, like, cool shenanigans we can do with it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Dark Grass is a very good typing. So there's P2 Muck. Again, we can just let this Muck, like, set up, do whatever it really wants to do, lose the ZARUDE eventually, and come in with Murkrow and go for a Prankster Haze and kind of just win the game. So they're going to get a special attack boost, which we can eventually haze away. I'm going to knock that Mon off right here. Knock off... Oh, we have Normal Terra. I thought we had Steel Terra. Normal Terra is good on Dango, but, like, Steel Terra Double Dip would have been kind of nice. We're just going to rip this Make It Rain. I kind of want to Focus Blast it, dude. That'd be so funny. No, this is fine. And I don't really care if they get up Trick Room. So Knockoff comes out big here. Big damage on that Knockoff. No Eviolite, which means the specs Make It Rain. If we had Double Dip Steel Terra, they'd probably go down. They still go down. Awesome. They had a little bit too much investment in special attack, in my opinion. So this is going to be great. You can knock off my Goldango, that's fine. But if you're going for a Minimize, my guy, you're going to realize that Minimize is not the sauce. Good knockoff there. Does not KO our Dango because we do have, like, a little bit of bulk on this guy. So I do really like how much bulk we have on this Dango. It's a little bit fast. It has 60 points in HP, a little bit in defense and speed def. Good Sinistcha play here. I think the right play might actually be to just, like... not. I think you just be like, bro... Want to see me win the game? Want to see me do it again? We can switch our moves now, so let's just go for this. This is a minus one Shadow Ball, but I think knockoff plus Shadow Ball should be enough to get it. And if they would like to waste their Terra here, I'll let them do that. Like, they can honestly, like, go Water Terra, and that's fine, because then you don't have any Terra to really stop me from using Eternatus correctly. So, yeah, let's see what you got here. You can get up Trick Room if you think you can. What if I made a sick read and went for, like, a Power Whip into the Water Terra? That'd be so raw. There's the Terra right there. It's funny how these people think they can just do these things like, I'm gonna use my big brain and go Water Terra, but, like, oh, that's normal Terra. That's actually very viable. And this guy does have the big brain. I like normal Terra. It really helps against the Shadow Rider. I am chucking a Shadow Ball into that slot, so good job for them. This is a lot of damage here, though. They can get up a Trick Room. I will allow it. If they want to go for that. Yep, Shadow Ball gets blocked. I don't think Make It Rain without our specs would have gotten that KO. So Calm Mind. Oh, that ain't it, bro. Dude, that is not it at all. If Mug minimizes, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life, bro. Come on. Poison Fang. Dude, he's cooking, dude. The minimize is bait. He gets the poison, too. Poison Fang Mug, dude. This guy's nuts. It's crazy, like I said, we're on ranked. I just think it's so weird. Like, let me know if you guys are playing a lot of games. If you guys are getting a bunch of these weird teams on ranked as well. I would love to know what you guys are actually getting. We can't do, like, that much damage. We actually can't mix up and power up because we're choiced. That being said, I think I'm going to just double into the Sinistcha. I think that is where, you know, the correct... I mean, I could just chuck a Focus Blast into it, right? Dude, I'm going to chuck a Focus Blast into it. Let's go. Let's pivot in the Murkrow, right? And let's just dump truck a Focus Blast. -1 Focus Blast in the Sinistcha. Dude, I always hit these. I always hit Focus Blast. Focus Blast is my move. Always. Got to send him out with style here. Survey says, 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Focus Blast, never lucky. All right, well, that happened. That sucks. That would have definitely KO'd, I think. Even through the +1. Oh, dude, this... I hope they need to KO Dango here, but, like, honestly, the haze here is going to be, like, generational value. Good play right there. Awesome. So we could send the we could send out the ZARUDE and go close combat into the Sinistcha and pick up the KO. I think that's fine, and then close out the Muck with Eternatus. Those are very viable options. We still have our Terra up. I think I'm gonna go ZARUDE here. I think I will just close combat the Sinistcha here, just get it off the board. I don't need to use any of these just yet. No real reason to haze or do anything weird there. I think I might just pivot here and go for a close combat. And if you don't take out my ZARUDE this turn with like a Poison Fang or something, I can then go like Steel Terra ZARUDE Sludge Wave. That would probably be a pretty good play. Really thought they would go after the ZARUDE there though. Last turn. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's see what else they have in the back. I bet they probably have Gastrodon. But let's see how protective they're being of the Sinistcha here. We will see. I wish I still had my Dango, but it's okay. They're taking the big timer. This is the most important game and turn of their life. And looks like Murkrow's pivoting out first because Murkrow has the highest base speed tier out of all of my Mons compared to theirs. So let's see if they're switching out that Sinistcha. What would it be for? Because I don't want them to. I want them just to lose it, bro. Awesome. Love to see that. Value. Goes down for the count. That was like the last Enigma Mon. Like, it had the +1 from the Calm Mind, too. Like, I don't want to deal with that. So that guy goes down. This will allow the ZARUDE to potentially get KO'd by something like that Poison Fang or something. But if they're just going for like a knockoff in the Eternatus, I don't particularly care. Knockoff? Cool. Yep, that's what I thought I would see. That's a decent amount of damage, but like honestly, like we are in a great spot. This Sludge Wave is going to be value. I'm able to do a ton of damage with Eternatus here. And let's see what the last one is. It is the Gastrodon. Do we just rip the Dynamax Cannon? I do think we just rip the Dynamax Cannon into that thing. So we have Water Terra here, not really needing that. But Dynamax Cannon plus Close Combat should be able to get that KO. I could also just like pivot out the ZARUDE. And we're locked into Close Combat, remember. We are locked into this move. I'm gonna Steel Terra here to block the Poison Fang into my ZARUDE here. Clutch. Clutch play from your boy. That's a +1. Yeah, like I was talking about, I'm seeing so many people use like weird Reg H stuff in like ranked Master Ball. Like you can just tell that like the competitive player base is like chomping at the bit to play like Reg H, and they're doing it any way possible. Let's see if they actually like live this Dynamax Cannon. This Eternatus has max special attack, by the way. Max. Please go away. Oh, 1 HP, dude. What a gamer. Pain Split me, dude. You gave me health, bro. You gave me health. TY. The blind double blizzard. Good thing we got a steel type. Any freezers, pleasers? Oh, dude, That scared me, bro. I'm scared. I'm scared out here. I'm running scared here. The Blind Blizzard Gastrodon was not on the bingo card. We are going to go for a Sludge Wave that'll finish off the Gastrodon, chunk the Muck for about 10%. We'll run a close combat into the Muck, and then we'll just come out with Murkrow and win the game. But yeah, it's weird. Like, actually, let me know in the comments. Like, I'm seeing so many people ask for, like, Reg J content and Reg H content. And I don't actually know which one you guys on YouTube want to watch. So let me know if you want to see more, like, Reg H, you know, team building, you know, it could be showdown ladder, it can be like, you know, Reg H ladder tournaments, it could be limitless Reg H tournaments, or just stuff like this, where we feature like really cool, you know, anti-meta Reg J stuff. Let me know what you want to see, and we're probably going to take this win either this turn or next turn. Let's see what the Gastrodon has in store. It was not Quick Claw, Recover Gastrodon, so they are going to be going down to this Sludge Wave. It's good damage on Muck, too, for how resistant it is. That's crazy. They're probably going to finish off the ZARUDE like we were just talking about, but I think we're going to be fine. There's the knock. Oh, he's going after the Eternatus. But I'm not going to let you have that. I'm not going to let it happen. Eternatus is going to go down, but I do think that Murkrow should be able to get this W. I guess we haven't seen, like, the Muck's item, right? It could still be Quick Claw Muck knockoff. Like, those knockoffs are chunking my boy Eternatus. Because, like, we're rocking, like, a very, like, aggressive sweeper set on this one. So here we go. Dynamax Cannon, and all this happened because, like, I missed the freaking Focus Blast, man. What was that Custap? That's basically a Quick Claw. Look at this gamer. He pain splits the Murkrow. Dude, this guy's, like, actually gaming. Pain split, Custap plus, that's so good. That's so good. I mean, it's not good enough, but, like, you almost had me. You had me in the first half, not gonna lie. But, like, we were able to win this one pretty autopilot. Like, ZARUDE is good, Eternatus is good. Feels bad for this guy, but we do be taking those wins all the way to the bank. That's what we like to see. Yo, is this about to be Honchkrow versus Murkrow? Dude, I'm down. I'm down. Ah, man, I have not had the best luck with Focus Blast, I think. I've hit 1 out of 3. But I'm going to do it again. You know I got to do it to him. It's going to be Goldango Murkrow here. I really want to use the Goodra. Like, I really do want to use the Goodra, but, like, actually, it's a good matchup for Goodra. There's, like, Skymin. Oh yeah, I'll run Goodra here then. But I want to use the Murkrow. Now this is fine. Let's actually do what the team's supposed to do with ZARUDE and Goodra. I think it's actually a really cool line. I think there are arguments to bring Eternatus here. Eternatus is actually pretty bad into Heatran. Like, I can't even hit the thing, but I can hit all the other mons like really well. So I'll bring the Eternatus. And then I'm looking at Lando here. I like Lando. Pins the Heatran in the late game, like, works for me. It's a decent pivot in on a lot of stuff. I don't think I need Tailwind. I don't think I need to set up with Murkrow. So this should be fine. We're going big Goodra this game. So Goodra's going to be, like, hard carry, win the game by itself. We're going to be giving it Sap Sipper procs. We're going to be giving it, like, the ability to just to outvalue everything with, like, Life Dew and Heavy Slam. So that's what we're going to be trying to do here. Gigas and Dedenne. So they're going to be going for some sort of entrainment play to take away Gigas' slow start. And I think that I could just rip a close combat, dude. Dude, I could do it. Don't even act like I can't. But I don't need to, right? That's the thing. I have no need to do this. So we're going to go for a Petal Blizzard, right? It's going to hit every single one of the mons on the board. And we're just going to rip a Shelter, too. So we're going to be gaming here. I don't think I need to, like, be respectful. Oh, Wide Guard. He's like, ha, you can't get me. I'm going to Wide Guard. But, like, the only thing I really want to hit is my Goodra, right? And you can't Wide Guard me from hitting my own teammate, right? That'd be kind of nuts if Wide Guard worked like that, though. Like, no one takes the damage. So, Petal Blizzard's still going to hit my Goodra. It's going to activate my Sap Sipper. I'm going to get an attack boost, easy peasy. And he's going to nuzzle my ZARUDE. That's fine. You can nuzzle the Goodra, too. Like, I don't really care about that. I think that that's fine. Like, we're just trying to game here. Absolute gaming. And that was a really good play from them, too. They're trying to, like, did they know that I had this Petal Blizzard play? You know, this rental's actually been public on Patreon for a long time, and a bunch of my Patreon members have used this rental to get to Master Ball, because this was one of the first rentals I think I actually made public. So, like, a lot of people have used it a lot, but at the same time, like, that's fine. I think that we're in a really good spot. I'm not thinking that Hisui Goodra is really threatened by, like, a lot of their board. Once we get the Dedenne off the board, I can just go for a Terra. Yeah, he's just trying to, you know, wait out time with his Gigas, and I'm just not going to give it to him. Nuzzle the Goodra, I think that's fine. Goodra can be paralyzed. Really ain't no thing. Do what you want to do. Ba-da-da-da-ba-ba-da. Let me get my procs, though. Let's go. More Petal Blizzard. So now we're at +2 attack, which means we actually have the way to deal damage with Heavy Slam in case of a Ghost Terra, right? But this Goodra is at +4 defense, which means we're about to go rip some people to smithereens here. I think what I'm going to do is probably pivot out my ZARUDE here. I don't really need it on the board anymore. I could still just go for Petal Blizzards, but like I don't need to, right? So I think I'm going to pivot in probably Lando. That's going to avoid the Nuzzle. It's going to avoid like a lot of like stuff from the Dedenne. It's probably just a pretty good Mon here, and I'm just going to dump truck this this Gigas, and then get ready to just go for you know, Sandseers and stuff like that. Maybe even Sludge Bombs and stuff like that. Really good against both of their Mons. I like this a lot. So Lander's going to pop in here. Say, hello, my little friend. Lander is the rank master. And Super Fang the Goodra. Oof. Dicey, that's a lot of damage. I don't like that. Confuse Ray? Oh, he's gaming. Dude, this guy's actually gaming, dude. I love Confuse Regigigas. That was one of my favorite sets on this guy back in, like, Gen 4. Like, I love Confuse Regigigas. I'm always going to be a fan of Confuser. I don't know why more people don't use the move in general. But we do still get the wins. Oof, look at that damage. Dunzo. Gigas Dunzo. We got our lefties ticking. This guy's like, I can't believe he hasn't been hit in para yet. Don't worry, bro. Your time's coming. I'm gonna hit myself in so many pairs at the later half of this match. But I do take out the Gigas. And it's good that we got it off the board, because, like, honestly, slow start was about to end. So it's good that we got that thing off the board. This is Rilla or Heatran. Awesome. They're probably just going to Terastallize this Heatran. I'm going to protect for one turn, because I want to see if they will pop the Terra. And I will pop Terra here, because we can. I'm not really that afraid of an electric attack into my Goodra. And then I think that's neutral. I will definitely get that KO at +2. So I'll go for it. And the reason why we're Terastallizing here is I want to see if the Heatran Terastallizes. Now you're probably thinking like, now you can't Sludge Wave correctly because your Goodra's not a Steel type anymore. But like, that's fine. I'm still going to Sludge Wave. That Heatran's going to be dumpied into a million pieces. But the only way to like lose this matchup is to give them my Lando here. I just don't give them the Lando, and I should be fine. And heck, even next turn I can just like Sludge Wave pivot in like Eternatus or something and be fine. So let's see what they got. I like the Water Terra here. I think it's fair. You always got to protect that Lando first. Just like don't let him take the bait. Eerie Impulse. See, like, and that's a speed tie thing between these two. I think these guys are both 101s. So like I'm not letting that happen to the best of my ability. Goes for an EP. Yep, we lost that weakness there, so we are able to live even against like a potential Life Orb Heatran or something. We snap out of the confusion, easy peasy, but then we get paralyzed. Big sad. Big sad. Massive sadness has consumed our existence. I think I'm going to just soak the Eerie Impulse, Earth Power the Dedenne then, and just one-shot the Heatran with the Body Press. That's fair. Because I can still KO the Dedenne. If Eerie Impulse was the only thing they had, like, that's fine. And we win the speed tie. Awesome. So Dedenne goes down. And I'm not afraid of Heatran at all. Not even, like, a wee tad bit. So let's see what you got against Goodra, buddy. Survey says, Terra Blast Grass, Sap Sipper. Bro, you know we have Sap Sipper. We used it twice already. He's like, you're a water type? I used your grass moves. Bro, Sap Sipper, though. Sap Sipperin'. Sipperin' Dipperin'. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious over here. Last mon is going to be Skymin. Sounds like a job for Sludge Wave. It does. It do be sound like a job for Sludge Wave. Goodra, love you a long time, friend, but you about to take this L. And the cool thing about this, I really think, is if they Air Slash flinch the Lando, I get to just hit you with a +3. Okay, you go after the Goodra. That's probably correct. But the Sludge Wave will be, you know, massive. Massive. The 3-hit KO off the Sludge Wave Lando. Oh my gosh, this is sheer force life form boosted Sludge Wave. Holy moly, dude. Landers is ridiculous out here. That's crazy damage. We're not even modest, bro. We're just timid. We're just gaming. And we end up taking those wins all the way to the bank. We use the cool ZARUDE combo. We use the Goodra. Landorus is busted. Like, this is a perfect Reg J game. Yo, that team has so much style points. Like, Zacian Moltres Giratina Origin, very, very cool. Suicune, Raichu, a lot of, like, different ways to mitigate damage too, like Lightning Rod, potential for Magic Bounce. I like this person's team a lot. I think, though, that the right play into this might just be Goldango Murkrow. I like Goldango Murkrow into this. I also really like Eternatus here. I think that it would be cool to use ZARUDE here, but I don't think I can actively get away with like ZARUDE into Zacian. I think you need to bring Lando in that situation. So the best thing we can do for us is to probably trade Tailwinds for Suicune, chunk a lot of damage, maybe even just like trick the Suicune with our Goldango to give like a choice specs. And that's never like great to do, but they have multiple forms of like Tailwind as well as like potential Trick Room on that Espeon. So we have to be very, you know, wary of their potential win cons. But I do think though that like Goldango should be able to pave the way for like Landorus Eternatus to actually come in and win the game. One thing that I think is really important about playing like Murkrow Goldango, you know, we're starting to see a lot more people play Murkrow Goldango again because Reg H is popular as a format, and it's not the job of the Murkrow Goldango to like win the game on the first turn like it was back in like Reg C. The goal is to like blow up something, force them to play at your tempo, lose the Goldango or the Murkrow on purpose, and then just repin them and continue to sweep. It's very, very good at like dictating play. So let's think about what we want to do here. I think I might just trick the Suicune, but I don't have to, right? I wonder if they're going to Terrastalize the Giratina. And what Terra would go? Probably would go like ground, or sorry, fire is probably what I would expect. I'll trade Tailwinds with you, and I will actually just rip a Shadow Ball. We're going to play it a little bit passive. Love the Protect Tailwind from you. I love this. And I just don't want to give the Suicune a choice specs, actually. I think that's like the big thing. I just really don't want to give this Suicune a choice specs. I think that's acceptable. And you can Scald, like, I don't care. You didn't get a Tailwind up, you know? So let's see it. Imagine if I tricked a choice specs and it just ripped like a Hydro Pump into me. Like, I'd lose a Mon on the first turn. That would suck. I don't want that. I'll just keep pinning your Giratina because you don't have any other way to really get around that. We're going to double into Giratina since its Protect is on cooldown. And I don't really ever need to haze. I could have went for a Sucker there. I just don't think that that's required. We know they can't have like a Rock Helmet or something. It's a heavy defense invested Giratina to be able to eat that well. So this Shadow Ball might actually pick up the KO, which would be great. Because this is one of the mons stopping me from just winning with Lando. Great. Yeah, awesome. Love that. Love that for us. And then like what? Scald? Icy Wind? I will haze that. Don't Icy Wind. Ice Beam. Good play. Any freezers, pleasers? 1 HP Murkrow. Don't freeze me, dude. Don't do it. We live in. Cool. Murkrow busted. I love Sash Murkrow, dude. Aggro Murkrow is like one of my favorite mons. Espeon. So I think... So Espeon's faster. So what we do is just rip like a Sucker Punch into that. And then like I don't actually care if they want to Shadow Wall my Dango. That's not a problem for me. So we're just going to get Espeon off the board. This will check Sash Espeon to the best of our ability. Detect is so good. But you know what happens when they detect? I'm a big fan of this. Like, you respect the Pokemon that can, like, drastically change the game. Like, they're not Trick Rooming. They're not Calm Mining. They're not doing anything. Like, they're just detecting. You know, they're just wasting their turn. Yes, I wasted one of my turns, but I was already up a Mon, right? So now we can send out something that actually lets us leverage advantage here. This is where I think I bring out the big Eternatus here. It's going to be either Eternatus or Lando. Ooh, I like Lando. I'm going to go Lando. I'm gonna go Poison Terra Sludge Wave. Because he's going to be tunneled into taking it out, right? I really, really like this. Oh, yes. Big damage. Don't Psychic my Lando, dude. We need to get the Suicune off the board. I wish that I could go after the Espeon, but we can't. Okay. If you're Psychic Terra double dipping, I'm very scared. Dark. Okay. I did not Shadow Ball you. I did not take that bait. I changed my targets. And they are faster. They're a full speed Espeon. We can actually see that here right now. So we're probably going to next turn have to protect our Lando and Shadow Ball the rest of Sylveon's HP. Because this Sludge Wave is still going to do a lot. This is now Poison Terra, right? This is Shadow, or Sheer Force and Life Warped. Psychic Noise. Oh no! Dude, I barely live. Ah, that's so much damage. If he had Psychic, I was gone, dude. Crazy. And that's Throat Spray, right? That's actually really cool. That's why they would use that over something else. Love that tech. Okay. I wonder if he has like Dark Terra to be able to hit the Dango. This is going to be a lot of damage. Remember, we can't poison, but this is still a lot. Oof! That almost just KO'd the Espeon. Can I just KO the Suicune? This is Specs Dango. Specs Modest Dango. Oh, Suicune's at a thread. Barely staying alive. And you can KO one of my mons. It's actually good that you KO this one. I would have liked to have protected, right? But it's not the end of the world. And I do think that Eternatus can actually live through a +1 Espeon Psychic Noise. If Lando can eat that well, my AV Eternatus is going to be fine. But but I don't want it to. Maybe they'll detect. I doubt. I highly doubt they'll detect. And try and Tailwind, but like, we'll see. I think it's fine either way. Cool, there is the Eternatus. I really don't want them to go after my Dango. I actually want them to take the bait into the Eternatus, because I think that Goldango can 1v1 Zacian pretty well, since we have locked into Shadow Ball. So Sludge Wave rips. Shadow Ball targets Suicune, just in case Espeon wants to get cheeky with those attacks. And maybe they swap out Suicune for like Zacian. Yeah, this is the right targeting. So they actually don't know who's faster. We're keeping up exactly what we need to keep up here. Awesome. So you lose the Suicune, and you're going to bring out Zacian. I think Fire Blast OHKOs it. The question is, am I a gamer? I think Fire Blast OHKOs Sweeper Zacian. I'm gonna run the calc. There's Zacian. So Eternatus, Zacian. So we're going to run the calc right here. I'll show you guys the calc I'm looking at. So we have 252 Modest, right? And we have Fire Blast. And Fire Blast is, this is actually for Zenta. That's why we have it over Flamethrower. So there's no way that we KO the Zacian with Fire Blast. But it's still the right move to use, I think. Oh, I hate this, but we have to do it like that. Shadow Ball will still finish off the Espeon. We're Spexed. Behemoth Blade into the Eternatus. I think if you double into my Eternatus, I will lose it. For sure. And Espeon's faster. Yep. I can't protect. So we're going to get the Espeon off the board, which I think is important. And it's going to be up to Dango to either crit the Zacian with a Shadow Ball or just eat 2 hits. And that's assuming we do KO this Espeon. Nice. Alright. So let's see. How much damage does Zacian do to Goldango? Let's run some Calcaroonies. So Behemoth Blade. Oh, sorry, I'll show you guys in just a sec. Behemoth Blade does like half to like Sweeper Dangos. We have 60 and 4 here. So it's possible it's a 3-shot for them. Which means I think we still can win. Especially if we get the big crits. What if they have Crunch Me, dude? Don't crunch me. Don't crunch me. Behemoth Blade. All right, so let's see how much value you got. See, that's the same calc that we got. So we should be able to. It should be a 3-shot. That's like exactly the same roll. So they're just a full speed Jolly set. Awesome. So as long as you do not crit me, even if you massively high roll me, I should actually love it because the max Jolly can do is 51%. That was actually a really big high roll. I guess they could technically be Adamant, and that was a low roll, doing probably about like, because it did about 48%, so it could have been a low roll Adamant. So a high roll Adamant actually could get the KO. Either way, we have nothing else to do, so we just have to hope that we live. I think I'm going to live at 4. I think I'm going to live at 4 HP is my guess. Because I think they're going to high roll it again. I could live at about 10, though. I think 8 would be the same calc again, so that's why I'm thinking I'm going to live at 4. Let's go, Dango. Rip it. Don't crit me. 17. Hey, that's a low roll. Easy. Easy win. So we take those wins all the way to the bank, man. That's why we run these calcs, man. It's pretty important to know that, like, we knew straight up, like, before they even sent the Zacian out, we were already calcing what, like, the Behemoth Blade, like, 3-shot potential was on Dango. And that's one of the reasons why, when you're building your own teams, you need to be adding just, like, a little bit of bulk. You know, a good rule of thumb, if you're someone that doesn't really know how to add bulk to Amon, you get the right speed tier that you want, and then from there, you get the right, like, offensive calc that you want on sweepers, and then you can... Usually, if you can find a way to put about 60 points into like HP or like a respective defense, that's going to usually be enough to throw off your opponent's calcs by about 5%. Like, for example, if we didn't have the 60 and 4, you know, we were 2-shotted exactly every single time. So, like, just put a little bit of bulk on your Mons and you're going to be able to win more games. Like, every single one of our Mons has, like, a little bit of bulk in it. Like, the Eternatus here, it's a weird EV spread because, like, it has such a bloated HP, but, like, Goldango has a lot of bulk. Even ZARUDE, like, you can even cut up, like, the 244s. Instead of just a 252, cut that up into 2 sets of 4 and find just, like, little ways to get a little bit more bulk. Like, I probably didn't even need this much attack on ZARUDE. This was the one that I had in my game when I made this team. But I think this Goldango spread, which is one that I made for regionals last season, It's so good. It throws off your opponent's calcs by about 5%, and it's just an absolute pleasure to use every single time I bust it out. That being said, if you guys like this sort of content, you want to see more, please think about dropping a sub on the channel. We're trying to get to 50k. I've been saying we're trying to get to 50k before the release of the new Legends game, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We're still obviously growing the channel. We make daily videos covering Reg J, Reg H. We're going to cover Legends, Zygarde here as well. We have so much stuff coming down the pipeline. We'd love to have you along for the ride, and if it sounds like fun, think about dropping a sub. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. I'll see you guys next time.